NCRT Exemplar 2, Human Reproduction. Choose the incorrect statement from the following. In birds and mammal, internal fertilization takes place. In birds and mammals, internal fertilization takes place. Second option, colostrum contain antibodies and nutrients. Third option, polyspermy is prevented by the chemical changes on the egg surface. Fourth, in the human, female implantation occur almost 7 days after fertilization. So, incorrect statement. In birds and mammal, internal fertilization takes place. That is right. Colostrum contain antibodies and nutrients. Right. In the human, female implantation occur almost 7 days after implant fertilization. Right. Polyspermy is prevented by physical changes on the egg surface, not the chemical changes, physical changes. Identify the wrong statement from the following. High levels of estrogen triggers the ovulatory surge. Orgonial cells, this is a small mistake. Orgonial cells start to proliferate and give rise to functional ovum. In regular cycle from the puberty onwards. Sperms released from seminiferous tubule, poorly motile or non-motile. Then progesterone level is high during the post-ovulatory phase of menstrual cycle. So, wrong statement. High level of estrogen triggers the ovulatory surge. Orgonial cells start proliferate, give rise to functional ova in regular cycles from the puberty onwards. Okay, Orgonial cells start to proliferate, give rise to functional ova in regular cycle from puberty onwards. Sperms released from seminiferous tubule, poorly motile or non-motile is given. Progesterone level is high during the post-ovulatory phase of menstrual cycle. Here the wrong statement is asked here, wrong statement. It's a little debatable here. High levels of estrogen triggers the ovulatory surge. This is going to be wrong here. High levels of estrogen, okay, but we call it as LH surge. LH surge might be the reason here. Then here little debatable, functional ovum. Actually ovum, the word can be used only after the penetration of sperm only. In other context that is even little bit wrong. It is a debatable question. Sperms released from seminiferous tubule, poorly motile is correct. We can't say completely non-motile, that require capacitation, that means activation required over, which is activated only after entry into the vagina, but you can't say non-motile, that is also debatable. Progesterone level is high during the post-ovulatory phase of menstrual cycle. After ovulation only, corpus luteum is going to release the progesterone. In that way, it seems to be correct, but actually this is given. In all the remaining, we have some controversial issues like high levels of estrogen triggers the ovulatory surge. Ovulatory surge is that is by luteinizing hormone. Orgonial cells start to proliferate, give rise to functional ovum. What is functional? That means about to fertilize, but you don't find ovum there. Secondary oocyte is seen over. So this is the debatable question here. Now, moving on to the third question. Spot the odd one out from the following structure with reference to the male reproductive system. Retitestis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, isthmus. Retitestis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, vas deferens, all they are belongs to the male reproductive system only, but isthmus belongs to female reproductive system. Okay. Seminal plasma, the fluid part contributed by seminal vesicle, prostate, bulbourethral gland. So urethra is not participating here. So leaving the urethra we have to answer. That means 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. Spermiation is the process of the release of sperms from. Spermiation is the process of release of sperms from. Here the sperms are going to be in the serotoli cells in the seminiferous tubule. The seminiferous tubule, the sperms are going to be in the serotoli cell, embedded in the serotoli cells. So they have to release out from the serotoli cells into the seminiferous tubule. So in that way we can say spermiation is the process release of sperms from seminiferous tubule. That is going to be our answer, seminiferous tubules. Mature Graafian follicle is generally present in the ovary of healthy human female around. Mature Graafian follicle generally present in the ovary of healthy human. So, in the first 5 to 8 days of menstrual cycle, 11 to 17, 18 to 23 and 24 to 28 day of menstrual cycle, in the given options, we can select 11 to 17 day of menstrual cycle, the Graafian follicle matured, and on the 14th day is going to be the ovulatory phase. Acrosomal reaction of the sperm occurs due to. Acrosomal reaction of the sperm occurs due to. Acrosome, what is acrosome? On the head in the sperm, this is the middle piece and the tail. Among them, we say this is the acrosome which contain lot of enzymes which can penetrate the ovum. So, he is asking the question, acrosomal reaction of the sperm occurs due to its contact with the zona pellucida of the ovum, reactions within the uterine environment of the female, reaction within the epididymal environment of the male, androgens produced in the uterus. Here, among the given 4 options, we have to select its contact with zona pellucida of the ovum. In the given options, this is the better one, I think, because actually when they contact with the corona radiata, they release corona penetrating enzyme, then they enter into the zona pellucida. But in the given options, this is the only promising option for us. It's contact with zona pellucida of the ova. Which one of the following is not a male accessory gland? Seminal vesicle, ampulla, prostate and bulbourethral gland. Among the 4, seminal vesicle, prostate and bulbourethral glands are accessory glands, and ampulla, isthmus, they are all the parts of female reproductive system. Moving on, the immature male germ cell undergo division to produce sperms by the process of spermatogenesis. Choose the correct one with reference to above. Choose the correct one with reference to above. The first of all, we should know that spermatogonia undergo mitosis, and that form the primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 1 to form the secondary spermatocyte. This is the basic knowledge you should understand. Secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 2. Secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 2 and to form spermatid. It is to form spermatid. Okay. Then spermatid form spermatozoa. Spermatid itself form spermatozoa. And we should know that after meiosis 1 itself, it is going to be haploid. So, these are 46 spermatogonia, 23 pairs, the diploid condition, 46, 23 pairs. After these, whatever comes, haploid. Now, let's start. Question. Spermatogonia have 46 chromosomes and always undergo meiotic cell division. What we said here, that undergo mitotic cell division, spermatogonia. Primary spermatocyte divide mitotic cell division. No, primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 1. Third option, secondary spermatocytes have 23 chromosomes and undergo that. This is the answer. Secondary spermatocytes undergo 23 chromosomes and undergo second meiotic division. Spermatozoa transformed into spermatid. No, spermatid transformed into spermatozoa. Okay, moving on. Match between the following representing parts of the sperm and their functions. Choose the correct option. So, first of all, let us see what is sperm. Head, it contains head. Head is having acrosome and nucleatic material. Then middle piece, then tail. Tail is having axial filament. Middle piece is having mitochondria. Head contain nuclear material. So, this is the information. Now, let's go with head is having genetic material, middle piece is with mitochondria, energy, acrosome is having lot of enzymes, hyaluronidase, we can say acrosin, various enzymes are present, and tail is having the axial filament for sperm motility. So, in the given, I have to go with options now. A is 4 is given in second and third, B is the deciding factor, B3 is given, B1 is given. So, B3 and the C1, D2. So, let us select second option, that's it. Which among the following has 23 chromosomes? As I said to you, excepting spermatogonia is diploid with 46 chromosome. Primary spermatocyte is diploid with 46 chromosome, 23 pairs. And after this, whatever comes, secondary spermatocyte, spermatid, spermatozoa are haploid. Okay. Then, in case of female, primary oocyte is meiosis 1, prophase 1, that means diploid itself. Primary oocyte undergo meiotic division and form the secondary oocyte. So, that means that is going to be haploid. This is the information you should know. Spermatogonia, diploid, 2n, zygote, we know that is diploid, secondary oocyte, that is haploid, oogonia, that is diploid. So, what is answer here? Haploid 23 chromosomes is secondary oocyte. But we should not stop here. Secondary oocyte is haploid and spermatid is haploid. Spermatozoa is also haploid. Match the following and choose the correct option. Trophoblast, cleavage, inner cell mass, implantation are given. Then in the column 2, embedding of blastocyst in the endometrium, group of cells that would differentiate as embryo, outer layer of blastocyst attached to the endometrium, mitotic division of the zygote. So, we have to see one after another that trophoblast, cleavage, inner cell mass, implantation. Trophoblast, group of cells that would differentiate as embryo is given. Outer layer of blastocyst attached to the endometrium is given. I choose A3. Outer layer of blastocyst attached to the endometrium. Cleavage means division. What division occurs in the zygote? Mitotic division. So, A3, B4. I think we got the answer, but we will continue. Inner cell mass, group of cells that would differentiate as embryo in future. Implantation, embedding the blastocyst in the endometrium, we can say implantation. So, we got the answer here, that is the second option. Moving on. Which of the following hormone is not secreted by human placenta? HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin released from the human placenta. Estrogen, progesterone also released from human placenta. Then LH released from anterior pituitary. LH is a hormone from anterior pituitary, part of gonadotropin hormone. Luteinizing hormone, we can see. The vas deferens receive duct from the seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as epididymis, ejaculatory duct, efferent ductule, ureter is given here. So, after coming out from the testis, that epididymis will rise as vas deferens, and along with the vas deferens, along with the seminal vesicle, we can say it is going to form the ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct. Urethral meatus refers to urinogenital duct, opening of vas deferens into urethra, external opening of the urinogenital duct, muscle surrounding the urinogenital duct. Here, external opening of the urinogenital duct, we can say external opening of urinogenital duct is the answer. Marula is a developmental stage between the zygote and blastocyst, between the blastocyst and gastrula, after the implantation, between the implantation and parturition. So, after zygote continuous division, first it forms the marula, then marula develops into blastocyst. The membranous cover of the ovum at the ovulation is corona radiata, zona radiata, zona pellucida, chorion. So, this is the secondary oocyte surrounded by perivitelline membrane, then we will find zona pellucida, then we will find corona radiata. So, here asked about membranous cover. Corona radiata is the group of cells which are scatterly divided. So, hence we can say zona pellucida is the membranous cover. Zona pellucida is going to be the membranous cover. Identify the odd one from the following: labia minora, fimbriae, infundibulum, isthmus. So, fimbriae, infundibulum, isthmus are said to be the genitalia, that are female reproductive structures here. Labia majora, labia minora, mons, pubis, all these are belongs to the external genitalia of the female. So that's it. Human reproduction, exemplar problems from Icon Educational Institutions. Thank you.